Piracy. The best thing to ever happen to humanity. Besides clapping cheeks and the relief of taking a dump after a whole day of holding in your poop, of course. But also the one thing keeping streaming company CEOs up at night. It's dead as their Batman, it wants vengeance. Now, if you're watching this video right now, I'm 99.9999% sure you're aware of the fact that society as a whole has deemed piracy as the most evil, most disgusting, and truly most despicable thing you can ever do, and has done its very best to push that narrative onto every living, breathing parasite known as the human being. Hear me out though. I have a counter argument. What if piracy is a good thing?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Okay, hold on. That may be the most controversial thing I have ever said. I'm praying the YouTube gods don't ban my ass, but allow me to explain myself. The first thing I want to touch on is the ownership lie. If you've been chronically online, you've probably heard the popular mantra, if buying isn't owning, piracy isn't stealing. I'ma just say it, I agree with that 100%. The problem with digital services is that if you bought a digital version of a game and the developers, for whatever reason, maybe their wives didn't give them sloppy that day, decided to take that game off that service, you would lose access to it. And guess what? It won't matter how much you spend on it, they won't give a shit. The same can be said for streaming services. Your movie that you paid a hefty subscription price to watch could be deleted in a snap of a finger, and there's absolutely nothing we consumers can do about it. In the era when video game discs and Blu-ray were in their prime, ownership of the product being paid for was always guaranteed. There was nothing like scary people in black knocking at your front door wanting to revoke what you spent your hard-earned money on. And piracy offers the same thing. If I went on the Pirate Bay right now and downloaded GTA 5, bro, I'm keeping that bitch for as long as I want. If the Pirate Bay magically disappeared or the game was removed from the site for any reason, my copy of the game remains intact. If I finish the game and ever feel like deleting it, I can. Furthermore, we have the enshittification of streaming. In my opinion, I really hate that everyone and their mother wants to have a streaming service of their own. I don't know, maybe you guys are enjoying it going like, yeah baby, this is the life. For me, it is not the life, gang. It means I have to pay one large ass bill at the end of every month. If I want to watch Stranger Things, Squid Game, or Wednesday, I have to pay for Netflix. If I want to watch Invincible and The Boys, I have to pay for Prime Video. If I want to watch any installment in the Star Trek franchise and Young Sheldon, I have to pay for Paramount Plus. If I want to watch Marvel movies, Pixar movies, or Star Wars content, I have to pay for Disney Plus. If I want to watch Game of Thrones, I have to pay for HBO Max. If I want to watch The Office, I have to pay for Peacock, and spoiler alert, it's not even available in my country. And if I want to watch anime, I have to pay for Crunchyroll. Not to mention Apple Music or Spotify for my music. When we put these prices together, they all add up to around $92.47, give or take 25 cents. Now, to all my US viewers or any other Westerners, that may not sound like a lot of money, but to me and my people, that is a hell of a lot of money, my nigga. Especially given that the average salary of your average Zambian is 6,000 Zambian kwacha. Nigga, I can't pay for this shit. I'm a broke-ass university student living with my parents, for crying out loud. One thing I'll never understand is how you guys from the West will say $3,000 ain't a lot of money. Gang, in my country, if you had $3,000, you are balling, my nigga. If $3,000 fell on my laps right now, first thing I'm doing is taking my entire class out for drinks just cuz. And then I'm making everyone pay me back triple what I spent on them. What makes the enshittification even shittier than how shitty it already is are licensing issues that make TV shows, movies, and even music unavailable in some regions. My country is a victim of such foul treatment almost all the time. I listen to a band called 21 Pilots, and tell me why it took Apple 10 whole years to make their third studio album, Blurry Face, available on Apple Music in my region, my nigga. Like, honestly, what the fuck? I would have gotten married, bought a house, and had 2 whole ass kids in that time frame. The American dream. The same can be said about how, to this day, the YouTube app and the YouTube Studio app are not available for download on iOS in my country. This will sound crazy, but over here in Zambia, majority of us are still stuck to traditional pay TV. And yes, that includes my family. Now me, I see through all the bullshit. We're literally getting downright fucked from behind over here, literal doggy style, with the insane prices traditional TV services like DSTV demand for their tiers. Bro, tell me why I have to pay like $85 for the premium tier, but I'm being forced to watch a series that I've seen be rerun a million times since 2012. And I still have ads. Make this make sense.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday.
Plus, the way prices have more than doubled in the last 10 years makes it sound like I'm telling a joke. Do I look like I'm smiling? If I'm not laughing at even the most unfunny stuff, then that means I'm dead ass serious about what I'm talking about, gang. They're making us pay crazy ass prices for commercials, reruns, and low quality new content when the only thing they have going for themselves is their sports channels. That's the main reason why most of the people I know are still subscribed to them. If those sports channels disappeared, MultiChoice would go bankrupt. Most of the mainstream stuff is on streaming services, and so they use the method of combining the sports content with the regular entertainment content to trap us in a cycle of paying for the same pricey tiers while they sit back, relax, and reel us in. At this point, the only difference between us and Fish is that we are very aware of and can clearly see the trap they've laid out for us, but we still fall for it because we don't have any other choice. The quote, "Piracy is almost always a service problem and not a pricing problem," popularized by Valve's Gabe Newell, suggests that people pirate mainly because of poor access or inconvenience, rather than just cost. While I do agree with the quote, I also don't agree with it entirely. Being the African that I am, I've seen and experienced firsthand what it's like to not be able to afford shit. A mass majority of Africans can't afford to buy any game that they want, or can't afford to pay for like 8 fucking streaming services every month just to watch new shows, and so piracy solves this by making most things accessible in one place, rather than making you spend more money just to watch one show or one movie. I feel like with Westerners, the more popular answer on whether to pirate a game or just buy it, or whether to pirate a series or just pay for it, is usually the latter, because obviously you guys have a higher average salary than we do, therefore y'all are more affluent, hence it's easier to make the right choice. So, to be frank, y'all don't get it. When you're making pennies, you can't make the right choice when you don't even have the right choice as an option to begin with. Besides that, I also view piracy as competition, and it's pretty obvious that without competition, there would be no improvement in the quality of goods and services. I mean, just take a step back and think about what life would be like if it was practically impossible for piracy to occur and all we had to rely on were the digital services. Don't you think at a certain point the digital services would take advantage of that and fuck us over? I mean, they're already fucking us over with how we don't own the shit we buy anymore. Just imagine how much worse it would be if we didn't have the option to pirate our media. Personally, I feel like piracy really forces digital services to provide us with good quality content, making us ask ourselves why it would be better to pay for the product rather than pirate it. Piracy prevents them from getting lazy and giving us slop for content, because if they did, we would see no point in paying for their trash and just choose to pirate it, which would leave them with no money. I'm not advocating for piracy or anything. All I'm trying to say is that I don't think piracy and paying for stuff should be viewed with such harsh black and white judgment, but more with the awareness that there are gray areas. I'm not coming from a place of I want free stuff. I fully understand that people work hard and tirelessly to provide me with the software I use for my videos, the music I get to listen to while I work, the video games I enjoy playing, and the movies I enjoy watching. To go on getting things for free, even when you're fully capable of paying, is an outright insult to all the hard work put in by everyone who took part in creating what you get to enjoy. That's why I'll never understand people who continue to pirate even when they have the money to pay for what they want. I won't lie though, if GTA 6 dropped today and it was available on Steam for like $1,000, I don't care, I'm doing whatever it takes to get that game, man. Even if it means selling my meat. I mean, we all have to make sacrifices to get what we want, am I right? But anyway, those are my thoughts. If you agree or disagree, feel free to share your opinion in the comment section. Just remember to be respectful, or else I'll hunt you down. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe for more of my content, and turn on that notification bell to get notified every time I upload. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and consider supporting me on Patreon by subscribing to this tier on screen, where I give knowledge of the next commentary video. You gain access to my unreleased thumbnails, video scripts, and a bonus mobile wallpaper every month made by me. And yeah, I think that's about it for this video, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.